So I've made a couple posts on Instagram asking people if I should make a Patreon, because I've had a handful of people approach me either in person, in DM, saying, hey, I wish you had one, I would support you. So in March of 2018, I put out a call on Instagram for people to support me on my shop. I was at risk of losing my studio, was going to be behind on rent. We were already behind on rent and in the process of getting evicted from my house. We got all that sorted out, but through that call on Instagram, I made a little over $10,000 over a weekend. Yeah, so that experience just made me realize the community I created online unintentionally. So I just started by creating things. I enjoyed making all these things, and I enjoyed sharing the process with all of you. So now that I do this full time, I quit my job last year in July. Yeah, so I quit my job last year in July, and I've been doing Honest Curates for over a year full time as my only source of income. It's been great, but it's been stressful because it's the only source of income. Don't have steady income, and I don't always have time to play around as an artist and do other things I like and enjoy that will help me grow. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the benefits of joining, what it means to join, to support me on Patreon, to be a Patreon. What are the benefits for you? What are the benefits for me? What's going to change and what's going to stay the same on Patreon and all my other forms. So, what does it mean to join? You're gonna go over to patreon.com/AddisCreates. You're gonna select one of those tiers to support me that way. So there's a $5 one, there's a $15 one, there's a $5 one, there's two $15 ones, there's a $30 and $40 one as of right now. I was recording this video because I know the needs will change, and maybe people won't do one over the other. Maybe I don't want to do watercolors anymore. Patreon means a steady monthly income, which means one less thing to worry about for me for that month. If I know I'm getting a set number, if I know I'm getting a set amount of cash flow from Patreon, that's a little less I have to worry about, because I know I can at least put that money towards something that month. That's what it means for me financially, but it also means because I'm getting set money already, apart from not having to go out and promote a crap ton of yarn or find stores to carry it monthly, which is not an issue. It's just not what I want to do always. So for now, Patreon. But since I don't have to focus my energy on things I don't always enjoy or may want to switch off for a month or two, I can do other things like design crochet patterns, work more on my digital art, work more on ceramics. So what does it mean for you? You'll be supporting an artist you love and love to support, I hope. But let me go through all the pledges right now, all the tiers, which is how Patreon describes it. What is Patreon? So Patreon is just a way for artists to be supported financially while still creating their original content. You have the option to create Patreon exclusive content, which I will be doing, but you still have the time and the freedom to do other content on your usual platforms. Let me go through the pledges, the tiers, the different tiers, different pledges you can, the different tiers you can pledge to, different ways to support, different amounts to support me throughout the month. The first one, Yarn Bunnies. Yarn Bunnies is $5 a month. It's the lowest tier. It will give you access to pattern polls / project polls. I right now have one going on for a Chubby Bunny pattern I have designed. So I actually drew out two sketches actually, of shawls for people to choose from. And now that's gonna be the next pattern I'm gonna be working on and releasing in October. So you get pattern polls and project polls. I put a poll up, you answer if I should do A or B, a pineapple and ice cream, a burger or donuts as yarn bombs. I don't know, random things, first thoughts. You also get coupon codes. I turn 22 next month in September. So I usually do a week-long coupon code on Instagram, on Facebook. Maybe for Patreon, I'll do a whole month long. Or you guys get it a week before, where it's a different coupon. It's pretty cool, right? Behind the scenes, you get process videos of either yarn bombs, of me working on a watercolor painting, of me making a sweater, of me designing something, carding wool, spinning some mambo yarns. You'll get those process videos longer and unedited, so you can hear like the music I'm listening to, or maybe it's commentary, or maybe I decided to go on live on Patreon, which is an option that I can do and stream directly to people that support me on Patreon. You have access to all of this. My goal right now for Patreon in general is to get to 500 Patreons. And as I'm reaching that goal, as I'm working to get to that goal, I'll be adding things for a giveaway. So once we get to 500 Patreons, not 500 subscribers. So it's probably gonna have some pottery in there. Maybe I'll have a hat or two, or maybe I'll have a yarn bomb and some pottery. It doesn't have to be yarn, it doesn't have to be knitted things, but it can be. You never know. It depends on what you guys want, what way the polls are going towards. So that's Yarn Bunnies. So Watercolor Crew is entered in a monthly giveaway of an original watercolor painting I did, or maybe it's a print, because maybe I decided to keep the original. Depends on what happens that month or how much I like that specific painting. Growing up, I did lots of watercolor. Actually, I would go to Michael's for watercolor supplies and cake baking supplies, and as being a Michael's is when I actually got introduced to yarn. But in college, I took some design courses and understood color theory, understood how to layer better, how to layer colors better in watercolors, and it's something I enjoyed and I do a lot to decompress. But now I actually want to hone into that craft and make it grow, into that skill, make it grow. The next tier is the ombre beanie tier. It includes everything that's in Yarn Bunnies. You aren't entered for the watercolor giveaway. You are mailed a hand-dyed beanie quarterly throughout the year. So it could be a plain stockinette. I know for the first couple ones it might be a plain stockinette, but maybe I felt like playing around on the machine, I did cables in one. It depends. That's $15 a month, and every 3 months you'll get a beanie sent to you. US only, which includes $40 for the hat, $5 for shipping. My favorite tier, simply because of the name, it was spur in the moment, is Fairy Yarn Parents. This is $30 a month. You get a Ravelry download of any pattern I release within the month you support me. So you aren't getting a backlog of patterns from my Ravelry, but if you support me that month and I release 2 patterns, you're getting those 2 patterns sent to your Ravelry account no matter what. Every 2 months, you're entered in a giveaway only for the Yarn Parents, which will for sure include pottery and a finished item. So it's geared for anyone, but it's specifically geared for people that don't knit or crochet or want to have a physical finished object to enjoy and admire. As well as the giveaway, being entered in the giveaway and the Ravelry patterns, you will also be shout out on my vlogs. Last but not least is Back Club. It's $40 a month, and you get a Back Club, and you get a bat mailed to you monthly. There's only 10 Back Club spaces, and there's only 10 ombre beanies spaces. I do not want to be making 100 beanies. No. So what's going to stay the same? I'm still going to be the same person on Instagram. I'm still going to be posting my vlogs. I'm still going to be selling yarn to stores and dyeing yarn for shows and trunk shows and doing all this stuff. But this is just a way of being supported financially without having to do all those extra things. The link to my Patreon is down below, so feel free to go check it out, and maybe you'll pledge to one of the tiers. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, Check you later. Goodbye. I have an ombre beanie posse. Say that 6 times. Ombre beanie posse. 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 Ombre beanie posse.